Jessica. Thank you so much for joining me for our Family Adventure Tip Friday series. And today we're going to be talking all about something that if you are an adventurer and you are a parent, or you're an adventurer and you want to be a parent, this is something that has definitely crossed your mind more than once. And that is, how do you mesh your adventurous lifestyle with having kids, and having kids who have limited abilities and can't do everything that you want to. Now, this is one of the main reasons my husband and Andrew and I have had so many conversations about this, and this is one of the main reasons why we started our blog, Burton The Kids, nearly 9 years ago. Because, and hopefully some of you guys can relate to this, and you've seen this, or maybe you've experienced this. After we started having kids, and all of our friends started having kids too, we noticed that so many of our friends, either one, and most of them did this, most of them just stopped doing things. They just stayed home when they had kids and stopped living their adventurous life. Or two, one parent would always be stuck home with the kids while the other one was out doing something really awesome. And so we have made it our goal from the very beginning to get out there and adventure with our kids. Because even at the beginning, when we really had absolutely no idea what we were doing, we had this idea in our minds that if we went out and did all of these things regularly with our kids and as a family, that it would build a foundation where we could communicate, where we could have really strong bonds, because we would have shared experiences over things that were sometimes really awesome or sometimes really hard. And so it was our goal to keep doing the adventurous things that we had done before we had kids after. Now, just a little bit of background on us. So I grew up in Colorado, loved the mountains. I spent my time in college. I worked my way through college. In the summers, I was a whitewater rafting guide. And in the winters, I skied more than I went to school. And I earned my money as a ski instructor. Now, Andrew is also a great skier. We actually met on a chairlift. And he's an incredible skier. He's competed in free skiing national competitions. He's an amazing rock climber and canyoneer, and he just loves to do anything in the backcountry. So that's kind of where we're coming from and where we came into parenthood as. But like I said, we had this idea that we could start off when our kids were little just going out and doing simple things with them. That we would much rather go out and do something that we loved, but it was really modified so we could take little kids with us, rather than just sitting at home. So our oldest son, Cameron, he's almost 12 years old, but we took him on his first camping trip when he was 1 month old, okay? And by the time he was 1.5 years old, we had him on skis, and we're just out there on the bunny hill. The kid couldn't really do anything. I mean, it took a couple of years before he could really ski on his own much at all. But we just thought of it, we could be sitting at home, not doing this. We could be sitting in the lodge. But man, it sure is a lot better to at least just give this a try, okay? Now, as we had more and more kids, we got more and more comfortable, okay? We've got 5 kids. So we've had a long time to get comfortable with taking our kids on adventures. When our daughter was born, we decided that we would start trying to take our kids on overnight rafting trips. Now, we're just going on flat water, but it was so exhilarating to go out and be able to do something that we loved and share that with our kids, even though it was really simple. Now, we kind of just kept building and building and building, and we started adding travel into the mix and all these different things until we got to the point, which I feel was one of the highlights for me as a mom, when our youngest son, Ethan, was 4 months old. We'd gotten to the point where we were so comfortable adventuring, we were so comfortable traveling, that when he was 4 months old, we took off for a year and traveled the world. What a cool experience that was for our family, to just be able to be comfortable enough doing all these things and doing them together, that even with a new baby in the mix, we could just kind of keep going with the flow. And now it has totally paid off, you guys. So Ethan, our youngest, he is a little bit over 1.5 years, and we're teaching him how to ski. In a lot of ways, we feel like we're back at square one to where we were 10 years ago when we were teaching Cameron how to ski. But we have something so much cooler. Our older kids are getting really good. All these adventures that we've been out doing with them since they were just teeny kids, they're super comfortable with, and their skills have been able to progress so quickly. So our older kids, they're 9 and 11, they're super fun. I mean, if I want to go out skiing with them, it's really awesome. I can ski all over the place. They're pretty good at keeping up, and it's just a really fun time. And all of a sudden, all of our hard work is paying off. Getting a little interruption right there. That's what happens when you have 5 kids. But all of our hard work. Can you come back in just a minute? Thanks. So we're getting to the point now that all of our hard work is paying off. And those years that we put in on the bunny hill and doing super calm things, our kids can do some pretty awesome things. We took our older kids on a class 4 river this summer, which I don't know if you know how they rank them, but class 4 is some pretty intense whitewater. And they were able to do it because they were comfortable, because we'd started out when they were little. So that is our big tip for you, whether you are a first-time parent or thinking about becoming a parent, or you're just a parent that says, you know what, I used to be super adventurous and now I have kids and I'm not, and I want to reclaim that, okay? While you can really get off and do some things on your own, I totally encourage you to put the time in with your kids, get them comfortable with what you love, and after a few years, you're going to realize that you have created one of the most perfect adventure partners that you could ever have. An adventure partner that you want to have for life, that you want to just sit there and talk with and figure out all of the things that they're struggling with and talk through life's problems, talk through the great things, and make some of the most amazing memories together. Now, hopefully this helps you to live a more adventurous life, to have more adventure, create better memories, because that's the whole purpose behind this Adventure Tip Friday series, as well as with our Travel Tip Tuesday. We hope you can join us next week for our Travel Tip Tuesday and our Adventure Tip Friday. Have a great day.